ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew and welcome on back to Leo Gaming, and today we are back in Transport Fever 2. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day, and we're overlooking our cargo station for the moment as I'm waiting on a train to actually come on in. And it's not what we'll be doing today, but more so I just want to see how much this train is actually going to make. It's one that we're very familiar with if you've been watching the series for a little while. The train is no other than our fuel train, which I don't know why it's taken this long. It should have been here by now. Oh, I hear him. Or at least starting to. He should come from this side. Eventually. Ah! Yep, he's coming. He's almost here. Anytime today, soldier. There he is. He is hauling a full load of fuel on him, and I think we want to go ahead and upgrade this fuel line right here. Not only that, but I'm going to tell you guys something that I did off camera. I decided to go and add a third train on our lumber line because I've realized that we have so much of a stockpile of lumber that we're not going to be able to demolish, well, not really demolish, but more so get rid of much of it between an infinite amount of time. We want to try and transport as much cargo as possible so that way the facilities can produce as much as possible in turn. Currently our sawmill, forgot the word there for a second, has produced a decent amount, such as in this guy right here. If I can go ahead and click on him, he is bringing in 56 logs each load. And as you can tell, the sawmill is out of stock, no matter how frequent the train is coming in. So I think I want to go and try and fix that a little bit. Possibly increase capacity and increase the speed on this line. So we're going to mostly focus on the logs and lumber line as well as the fuel line, but we're also going to focus on our oil line. And potentially, we're going to get started on a brand new food line. Which, if I go ahead and turn on the HUD icon so that way you guys can see what's going on, I found this production change that we can do right here. We have a farm down here that's near Tainan, and we also have a food processing plant near Zra. Okay, what we can do is we can either bring the food or the grain, that is, one of two ways. We can bring it around this way past the two mines, which would be a little bit of a longer route. Or we can cut through the mountains, which, to be honest, we actually have to cut through the mountains anyway, as we do have to make our way over into Ra from Tainan, and that is the most direct route right there. So where will we go from there? Well, my plan with that is that we'll have of course, a cargo station nearby the farm, have it run alongside the passenger line. And the line that the passenger line that's going to go out from Tainan over to Ra is actually going to run in parallel to the cargo line. So the cargo line is most likely going to run as a one-track line for starting, with a passing track most likely somewhere in the middle, right around Tainan, I guess. And then, of course, the passenger line is going to be be double-tracked, and that's going to head into Ra, then into Sarant, then into Lucknow. So we'll get that started at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and first worry about, or not really end of the video, but later into the video. Let's first worry about our current lines of operations. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, seems like the game is doing a little bit of upgrade work. Okay, we'll let the game do its business. We do have a lot of passengers piling up here as well. If I recall correctly, we have an extraordinary, and I do say extraordinary, amount of passengers waiting. We have 87 currently waiting in Calcutta. We have about 75 waiting in Tokyo, and in Tainan we have about 11 because I think the train just left. Yeah, well, it left a little bit ago, and there's not another train due to head over there for some time because this is the most recent train to actually get there. Oh, that's the most recent train, not the car. So I think we're going to mostly focus on upgrades for our main lines right now. The logs line, the fuel line, oil line, and our passenger line. So let's go and focus on that real quick. Doing upgrades, kind of simple. If you guys have been watching around for a little while, we don't really want to focus on that. We want to focus on rail. So Calhoun Fuel, we want to go and replace both the vehicles on here to include the Russian Class T Type 1. And then we're going to need to put a couple tank cars on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and that I think should be enough. I am going to go ahead and just take off 2, so that way we have an increased capacity of course, what is that? 14? An increased capacity of 14, so going from 42 to 56 per vehicle, that's really good. That's really good in my opinion. So we do actually have enough for that, so we'll go and send on through the replacement, and they replace automatically. We don't need to worry about having them wait. The logs and lumber line though, now I just put train 12 on there, and I want to see how is that actually going to help in terms of getting trains rolling along here. Because obviously when a train is fully loaded up on lumber, it's going to be running a bit slower than the rest. When a train is just now getting over to the sawmill and it's going to have another train wait over here at the signal, that's going to cause a problem. So we want to eventually lead to no problems when it comes to cargo. But that is not going to be, of course, glory life. No, it's not. So I think what I am going to do, just to go ahead and try and optimize this a little bit better, one, we are going to go ahead and upgrade the trains, which is kind of self-explanatory. We kind of have to, because they don't have enough capacity, and I think these are the Class T's, right? Yeah, these are the Class T's, so they're not going to be too much useful. Instead, though, what I plan on doing is run just a short road that goes from the sawmill over to the lumber yard. And what we'll just do, this will act as a second guideway for the lumber to travel to the sawmill. And then the only way for it to actually travel to the tools factory is via our train. So we'll be able to make money both ways here. Let's go ahead and just do something like that. And let's see. We only want one platform on this, and we want to go and make it as long as possible because I anticipate that this is going to be really busy, to say the least. And we're most likely just going to use the road depot that we have over here just to make it a little bit more convenient. And since we're only dropping off, we're just going to put a drop-off stop about right there. And that should do us for now. Very short distance, as a matter of fact. So what I will do is go ahead and just do that. Grab our line here and go ahead and rename it to our cargo naming convention. And this is going to be Calhoun logs. And then the Calhoun logs, they are going to go ahead and wait for a full load at the branch. They are only going to load up on logs, and then they are going to unload logs at the end of the line, and then make their way back, of course. So I think to go and get that line started, we're going to go ahead and get about 10 carriages worth. I think that should be good. And buy all of that, and put you all on the Calhoun logs. And there we go. That should go ahead and prime the line. Yep, we already are seeing logs being handed over to there. What I might just do then, if this becomes more popular than the actual train station, I might just go ahead and get rid of this train station as a stop entirely, and or remove it, and then go ahead and make it so that way our trains are not going to be stopping for logs here. They are literally just going to be going back and forth from the sawmill over to the tools factory, delivering the planks. Which, to be honest, I think that's actually a really good idea. And here comes the first of the train, or first of the vehicles. They are going a little bit slow, so I might just go on 2x speed here in a little bit. But before I do that, I want to focus on the oil line now. So the oil line, we are currently running... What are we running on here? We are running the Russian Class V Type 1 and 6 tanks cars. Well, that's certainly not going to do. We are going to go and upgrade that Let's go ahead and get the crude and oil line. And we are going to go and replace all vehicles with a Class T. And then we are also going to go and get, let's say, 8 tank cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Seems pretty good to me. 2.1 million per vehicle. Okay, well, we'll keep it like that for now. I do gotta admit, I wish that there was a little bit faster trains early on in the game, but I kind of understand why they want it to be a bit slow, because obviously technology hasn't advanced that far, so we're not gonna be able to reach top speed anytime soon. So there's that. Aside from that note, we can go ahead and sit here and wait for the money, or I can just go and cut, which I think I'll just go and cut. Okay, so we are back. We just got about 4.8 million in the bank right now, and we can go and get these vehicles replaced all in all. All those vehicles get replaced. They have a bigger capacity and a slightly faster speed. So let's go ahead and actually see that in action here a little bit. I don't think that they're going to be doing much though. Yeah, they're not going to be doing much in terms of the oil is concerned. What about over here? Well, you aren't going to do much either. You're heading back over to the oil wells, so let's actually run you on 3 times speed so that you can get there a little bit faster. Oh wait, you just came out of the oil well and you only picked up 42. Well, I guess you must have upgraded after you did your pickup, which I guess that's fine. Which I gotta admit, I really do like the look of these trains. These Russian class 1 models, they are really good looking, in my opinion. So there's that. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our financial status. Now, we are currently sitting at about 7.5 million, or not 7.5 million. I'm crazy, right? Something like that. And it just dropped to about 366k. Lovely. As you guys can tell, we have a current bank balance of around like 500,000, or just short of 500,000, that is. Our loan is currently at 6.5. Now, I had to take out that loan to go and do the replacement for the oil and crude trains. Now, I could have done that before the cut, of course, but yeah, I wanted to try and see if I can at least gain the money before the end of the year. And it wasn't look like we were going to get there anytime soon. So we still have that loan to pay off, 6.5 million. That should be doable if I were to go and take out so just our profit and everything. Let's see here. Just like what we made last year. Last year we made 1.8 million. But I don't think that's right. I think something was wrong with that. The investments category though. Infrastructure. Yeah, apparently. Oh, this is actually a shorter chart than what I was expecting. 3 years. I want the past 40 years technically. But okay. I'm seeing where this is going. Also, this dating convention I kind of don't like because it looks like it's going by quarter instead of by year, which I kind of find a bit weird. Nonetheless, though, let's go ahead and actually get on to what I had planned to do in the beginning of the video, and that was get the grain line set up. And the grain line, we are going to be running with trains. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we? So we are going to need a cargo station down here at the very end. I want to try and keep this so that way it doesn't go anywhere. And we are in the negative right now. Oh, lovely. And does that actually, like... I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, okay, apparently that's not gonna work. Wow. I thought that the terminus station would actually work right there. It's not gonna work over there either. I would have to destroy 1 field's worth, but I guess it's all in the name of progress, right? let's go and get rid of the field. I'm sorry we had to do that to your station. Or not to your station, but to your field. You can regrow it later. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our other station put in place over here. Now this one will be a throughway station because if we take a look over at Raw, it also is requesting bread and food and fuel, just the same as Kalukan, right over here. Now this tunnel project, it's gonna cost us a pretty penny. And by a pretty penny, I mean like a pretty penny. So real quick, I'm gonna actually start the development of the Tainan station a little bit more. Because I want to get this planned out before I put in that cargo line. Now I know that does cost a little bit of infrastructure, but heck, I'd say it's all good in the long run. I think that we should be okay with having a 3 long track right there. Platforms, we are going to need to have 2 right there, or a bit of 2 right there, that is. And then tracks, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be good. And then we are going to need another set of platforms. And these ones will go all the way to the end, as we do need to have it cover the entire platform. Now let's go ahead and have you there, 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 and there. So that way it actually looks like it makes sense. Then the track, we're going to have a 3 wide or 3 long section of track right there. And that should do us pretty nicely for the actual station layout right there. Might not be the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I will give it credit there. One thing I will do though, and I'm going to pause the game to do this, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that station building. I can't do that. Shoot. Okay. I forgot about that. Well, get rid of that. What I can do is go ahead and place down a station building, like one of these, for instance. Get rid of the smaller ones. And pretty much create something like a little plaza area, which I find very nice. And I think I'm going to utilize that. We will have you right there. A bit too close. Quickly, can I get you to go right there and you to go right there? Now, what can fit in here? Apparently not that, not that, and not that. Okay. Apparently that can fit in there. We don't need that though. Okay. I guess that's fine. What about the smaller ones? Can those actually, like... No, apparently they don't have any pathways. That'll be helpful to us. What we can do though, is we can place pathways down on the ends of the station, and those will act as entrances into the station, similar to that of what you would see in Transport Fever 1. So let's go ahead and get back into the U. I think I'll use the large ones, and then just have this one in between. You know what? Go ahead and do something like that, because this can actually go not diagonal, but angled pretty much. And I think it would be right here is technically the center of the regular station. So let's go ahead and see here. That would be workable right there. You would be our best connection at that spot. Could you... not the best, but I guess it's not the worst either. Yeah, I think that's good. It's not the best. Let's actually get rid of that and put those in its place. Just because it looks a little bit more symmetrical. And I think that looks pretty nice, don't you think? I think so. And let's go ahead and just bring that to there. Ooh, okay. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get these connected first. Apparently you can connect like that. which I don't know how. And you can connect like that. Okay. That's fine. That's not bad. Definitely impacts our plans a little bit, but we won't be able to upgrade that street at all. That's fine. Now, does that impact our routes that we got going along here? I don't think I got any routes set up here. No, I do not. Let's actually go and get the routes set up now, so that way I don't forget by the next episode. We have just this amount, and we're doing something similar to a loop line, if I recall correctly. There we go. And they're actually going to be going right in front of the station, which I find perfect. Let's go ahead and buy road vehicles. Go ahead and grab about like 6 of those for now, and then put them all on line 1, which we gotta go and rename, and that is gonna become bus. Let's call this the Tainan Loop. Okay. So on that note, what are we looking at? Well, we are looking pretty good in terms of times is concerned. Now what I need to focus on is this far track right here. I'll go ahead and grab it with the track piece. This far track right here is what we need to focus on, because this track is going to be the one to pretty much give us a little bit of a guideline, because we're going to have to go by the cargo station right here. So what I'm going to need to do, and this might be good, might not. So what I'm going to do is put extra track pieces here. Okay. And the passenger line will come through on these 2 tracks right here, where the cargo line will stop in this track here. Now, eventually, I will have to place another cargo line here. That's not going to be an issue, because we can always go ahead and put something else going along. Who knows? Let's go ahead and get the tracks coming. We'll do 50K at a time, and we can go ahead and let the game run for a little bit. And I guess that's fine. Now, I know I said earlier I want to go and keep the cargo section only 1 track, but I am thinking that we should go 2 tracks for the cargo section, just to run more than just 2 trains, which might be useful. But first, let's focus on the tunnel, as that will be like the most important part right there. Where is the straightaway? Straightaway is right there. And we want to go right there. 1.7 million. Oh boy. Damn, that is one big tunnel. You know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. In fact, what's the price difference? 1.72, 1.77. Okay, yeah, 1.72 is what I'm gonna go for. But we gotta wait a minute now, because we're now below budget. Yay. Okay. Do we got a fuel train coming in soon, or no? Lumber, maybe? Because I know the lumber train gives us about like 200K a pop whenever it is going on a trip. There we go. Okay. Just had to wait a little bit. Nothing crazy. And then you, I think you should cost similar amounts. And let's see here. 888K. That is crazy right there. Okay, well that's fine, I guess. We are currently sitting in the negative right now, so I'm gonna cut until we get about 100K in the bank. Or more than that, actually, because now we're just at a negative 470. It's gonna be a long haul. Okay, well, gotta wait longer now. Actually, no. Okay, so we now got the funding. We can go and build the second track of the tunnel that we got going into Rahway. Now we just need to build the third track, which the third track should be the least expensive out of all of them, to be honest. Still gonna cost 800,000, but oh well. Head in two right there, 882K. which shouldn't take us too long, I guess. If we can get a train delivery, maybe. Might just extend it to there. 887k. Train delivery, please. We really need something. Anything? Oh, we got a passenger train coming in. Ooh, okay, that should be money. Should be good money right there. And no, of course not. Filthy passengers. Let me see here. Do we got anything else that's coming in and making money that I can potentially rely on? Oh yeah, and this is something that I forgot to mention. This depot that we had right here, I decided to get rid of because I didn't want to have it interfering with when we would have to put additional trains on the oil and crude line. So I'll eventually put that depot back on there. I just don't know where. So there's that. 840k. Okay, getting there, getting there. Almost. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's go and take that. 3 tracks coming out of a glorious tunnel, which I gotta say, kind of like the stone texture with it. You wouldn't expect there to be 2 passenger lines and then a cargo line on one side. But heck, that is just the way it happens. It's just the way it is. Please don't copyright me. Let's go ahead and bring you over to there. Ooh, okay, well. Not if we don't have any money for them. Can we do 2 full sections? We can do that. And you're gonna come alongside. And just bring you along like so. How much is that? That's 40? Ooh, okay. Well, kinda can't demolish it when you don't got money. Even though you should be getting a refund for what you're demolishing, but still, I guess that makes sense. In some way, shape, or form. Money rolls around like everything does. And if we can get some money, I'll be a lot happier and roll around in it, and apparently we're just gonna drown in debt now. Yay! Game? Yay, thank you. Okay. You two. And let's just go and bring you straight along to right there. 71, 62, 57, 53, 52 seems to be the lowest number. Okay, okay. Any difference on going in the opposite direction? No. I wonder, just out of curiosity, if I were to go about that far, I'm not gonna double track that. 55, 58, that's actually a little bit better. 54 right there, that's the lowest number of them all. How about... Oh, I can't... There used to be something that you can do where you can go ahead and just build like a little itsy-bitsy section of track where it pretty much allows you to fine-tune your selection pretty much. We want to be at about 12.5k. That seems perfect. Okay. 56, 7. That seems pretty good to me. We'll take that. And then you. We are gonna go ahead and take about 40. That's not bad. I want it to be faster coming out of the station rather than coming in. Plus the trains aren't gonna be that long anyway, so what's the rush? Anyway, let's go ahead and bring you right alongside this track. And we'll just have you connect up to the passenger line a little bit. temporarily, of course. Because that means I can go and have you come straight along here. Let's go and have a little section already pre-drawn right there. And let's go and get a section of track drawn out. 68 seems to be the speed on that. I think that seems perfectly fine. And bring you straight down to there. Okay, and then you should come straight on into the station at full speed. That seems perfectly fine to me. And that is our cargo line set up right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as far as this station goes, I'm gonna go and rename this to where it is called... Oh, apparently it decided to save the name. Yay! You don't see that too often, where the game decides to delete a name just because of the fact that you typed a space in it. So I'm gonna call this the Raw Exchange, pretty much. So we'll leave that be for now. Now, as far as a depot goes, we can put it over here, but that would mean we have to delete another field, and I don't really want to do that. We put it over here, and I have to go and extend it out this way, so that way it doesn't interfere with the passenger line, which, let's go and draw out the passenger line a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. So that's what we're having to deal with right there. If I put the station, the depot, oh, apparently if I get that close, okay, shift will allow me to go and place it on the ground, and just getting it that close will allow me to place it on the same level as the track, which is perfect as for what I want. So we'll go ahead and do something like that. Okay. Now, as far as what will be... What the hell? Okay, for some reason this part right here looked like it was actually clipping onto the platform, so I'll just leave that be for now. So what about the passenger line itself? What's gonna happen to that? Well, that is gonna have its depot on the other end. I'm gonna most likely have it over in either Sarant or over in Luckau. So let's go ahead and worry about the cargo line first then. And in case you guys are wondering why I decided to build it in conjunction to the main line, well, you'll see here in just a second. Because what we need to do is we need to create, guess what? Oh, you possibly guessed correctly. We need to create an extension. Extension being that we go ahead and assume that everything will be fine. And, well, not everything, but maybe some things will not be. Who knows? Let's go and put you right there. And you're already there. That's fine. That's fine. Because this section right here is gonna cater to a cargo station. Or cargo line as well. And it's gonna come all the way up to Caloocan. And how is it gonna come up to Caloocan, you ask? Well, by this train station itself, of course. Why else would it come there? Anyway, let's go ahead and we want to try and figure out something here. Okay, so the business and commercial are all over there. I'm gonna need to upgrade this station right here to have a cargo platform off to the side. And in you, I need to go and configure you so that way you also have a cargo platform. First, I need to focus on the passenger platform, as we will eventually bring this up over to Singapore. But I do need to get the track for the cargo station built now. Then we'll go ahead and just put the platform roof covers in immediately. I don't really care about them that much. And let's see here. Oh, how lovely. Let's go ahead and grab a piece of track, shall we? Let's bring you straight along to there. Is that, will that create a good double slip? I don't like it. That seems a bit better. We'll go with that. I like that a bit better anyway. Okay. And then we are going to need to have a cargo line that goes from here over to the commercial area, which we can actually drop off near that spot. If I recall correctly, commercial is mostly, yeah, over here. So if I were to get rid of that, grab a unload station, I think that it would be best suited right there if I'm not mistaken. Which is pretty much exactly on point to where we want it to be. Let's go and get a new line. We want it to go from... No, we don't want to have two. We just want to have one stop over at Lower Callicoon Station and have it go over here. Easy. Easy peasy. Real quick, buy vehicles. Just to go and get the line primed, I'm going to buy just 2 vehicles for now. And put you on line 1, which I'm going to go and rename that now so that way I don't forget about it later. So this is a cargo line, and this is going to be Caloocan food. And then this next line is going to go from the farms over here to our cargo station. Perfect. We will need to actually double track this cargo line now that I think about it. I better get that double tracked now so that way I don't forget. Let's go ahead and build you right there. Okay. Build you like so. And just go ahead and bring you along the track itself. And then we can go and have you merge right here. And let's go and bring you right there. And bring you right there. I guess that's fine. Let's go and get some signals put in place here. Let's see here. We want to put one signal there, one signal there. Put a signal right there. That should be fine. And then put a signal right there. There. And let's go and get a couple signals over here. I think that should be good. For the start, that is. Okay. I think we're good. I think we are good. That line right there should automatically adjust. It does. Perfect. Perfect. That's what we want. That's what we want. And then we're going to need to get another new line. That goes from this cargo station all the way over to the Caloocan. Oh, we don't want you going to that. And we don't want you going there either. I ask that you go on the cargo side. There you go. That's what I was hoping for. Get rid of that. We don't need that right now. What I will do first and foremost, go to get a train built up that's going to be able to carry food. Now, food is carried on the boxcars in units of 7. So, let's go ahead and start it off by having a total of 4 boxcars on there. And we'll have most likely a total of about I'd say 6 on the grain trains. And we'll most likely do 2 trains on that entire line right there. Just going to make it a little bit easier. And I might just go ahead and extend that slip section, so that way we aren't having to wait as long for our trains. So run the game a little bit, so that way we can actually buy this train. Let's go ahead and do that. You are going to go on line 2. Now, that train is not going to be able to do much. It'll go ahead and get on the line as quickly as it can. But it's not going to be able to do much as we don't have any trains on our grain line. And that's where this depot comes into effect right here. Let's go and get a Russian, and then we are going to need to go and get some grain, which is going to be on the Golem Lila. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be good for now. 1.323. I think we're going to need to put a little bit more on that. 6? Yeah, that's fine. So 1.731. That's not bad. I think we can easily attain that within, I'd say a month time. Also, the year now is like 1860, which, if I can recall back to the last episode, I mentioned something about how I'm trying to take this as a little bit of a slower pace than most other YouTubers. So if anybody's wondering like how I'm planning on gauging it, expect that each episode is going to last at most 2 in-game years. Because most of the time I will be running at 1 to 2 times speeds. I will hardly ever run at 3 times speeds because I don't want to. 1.7 is what we got right now. 1.6, and no, we actually got hit with a whole bunch of money loans or stuff, something that I'm not aware of, which would be very grateful if I could get some money right now. And apparently that's not going to be the case. Yay, game. Let me actually see here. I'm just planning on borrowing another $1 million. Since we have it available to us. I don't like the idea of it as much as you don't. We'll just buy one of the grain vehicles for now. And it's going to be on line 1. And speaking of those lines, we are going to need to rename them. So that is going to be the Rollin food line, or however you pronounce that. If somebody wants to try and tell me how to pronounce that in the comment section, go right on ahead. I will not stop you. And this is going to be, I think I still have it on my clipboard. Yep, I do. And this is going to be the grain line. And then this right here is the Caloocan. Food delivery, because it's technically being delivered to the station, not to the actual town. There we go. Our train should be coming out now. Let's go ahead and watch it come on out, shall we? What a beautiful locomotive, isn't it? Also, those grain cars, they look really detailed. I've seen detailed assets before, and these are just vanilla assets right here. Huh. I was not expecting that. I really was not expecting that. Are you gonna go ahead and stop here? Yes, you will. Even though you got nothing to unload, which I guess is fine. So I think at that point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and leave off the line there. If you guys want to go and support this video, you guys can go and do so by hitting that like button and subscribing here on YouTube. Or if you want, you can become a Patreon over at my Patreon webpage. Link in the description. Anyway, I will check you guys in the next episode. Have a good one, everyone.